Let's see here. Welcome, Mason. Okay, it is working. All right, I was super confused because it shows that there was no one in the chat at all, and now I can see people are kind of starting to pop up. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Mr. Bishop here. Okay, got a few of you already. Yeah, I'm excited to say hi to you guys. Swifty for life. Thank you so much for always commenting that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so I just wanted to try this out and see how this all works. And say thank you to all of you for your support. I know some of you are probably newer, some of you have been here for a while. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. Super exciting because I just crossed that 90,000 threshold, so I'm getting pretty close. Yeah, Alcides. Yep, definitely super excited to try to get that 100K sub there. Mr. EJC, shout out to you, and shout out to all you guys for just supporting me along the way. I just wanted to see, if any of you had questions, anything you wanted me to answer or talk to you about. You could ask me about how I make my videos, how I come up with ideas, really anything that you're interested in. I'd be happy to talk to you guys about that. I don't know how long I'll do this live stream for. I'm actually at a conference right now. I mean, not actively at the moment, but yeah, if you have any questions, let me know and I can answer those. All right, how do I feel about the Kahoot names? Kahoot, man. Kahoot is so funny. I never thought that Kahoot was gonna propel my channel in the way that it did. So a couple years ago, this is actually an interesting story about this, and I'll come back to some of the other questions. I was in the search bar and I was trying to come up with ideas for videos. And a title that popped up, I put in when teachers, and then it automatically came up with when teachers read Kahoot names. But then when I searched for it, there weren't really a whole lot of videos. And so I made that initial video where I was like, well, how about I read some weird names and kind of see what happens. And nothing really happened with it for a few weeks, I think. And then all of a sudden it started taking off. And there was 30,000 views an hour, 40,000. I think at its peak, it got up to 57,000 views an hour. And from that point on, I was like, okay, wow, this is incredible. This is a really cool thing. And so that's kind of the origin point for that. Let me go back a little bit here. I see a lot of comments. When do I do live streams? I haven't really done a whole lot. I've done only one other one besides this. I wanted to see what the vertical live stream was like, and it's pretty cool so far. How do I make my videos? Well, it always starts with an idea. So I usually have ideas spinning around my head all the time. So I have an idea, and then I just start writing a script. So I usually go into Google Docs, I type out a script, and then really early in the morning, I get to school, and that's when I record all my stuff. And I have a neighbor next door that sometimes will call me and say, what the heck are you doing over there? Because I'm always making all these weird sounds, all my characters and stuff. So then I have the footage, I put it all together in Premiere Pro and then put it out there to you guys. Let's see, every time I watch your videos, I always watch the ones you do about different games and stuff and different students and stuff, and found it so funny the first time when I was subscribing to you. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Am I a real teacher? Yes, I am a real teacher. I teach 4th and 5th grade kids. I think this is my 13th year teaching. And I've actually been making videos since my 2nd year teaching, but I didn't start making shorts till about a couple years ago. I put a short out there that was literally just me dominating these 2 kids at tetherball, which I thought was really funny. And I put it out there and it got 6,000 views within a couple hours, and I realized then, oh, shorts, that's the way to go. Abraham Santiago is full on Riz. Good for you, Abraham. Let's see here. Will you do more Kahoot names with subscribers' names? Yeah, I think I will. I'll probably do the same thing that I did last time where I put it in community and ask for it that way. It's easier when they're all in one place. But yeah, I'll definitely do that. It takes a little bit of time because what I had to do is I had to print screen, like do a screenshot of all the names, and then I had to kind of crop them and copy them all over. But it was worth it, and I think it's cool for you guys to see your names come to life. I just felt bad for some of those of you who I didn't get to choose your names. A really interesting thing about shorts is a big piece of it is audience retention. So retention rate is how long people are sticking around and watching your video for. So if I have a video that's 55 seconds, for example, it's really harder to get a longer retention rate for those videos because kids and people, they just kind of want to move on to the next thing. And so the more names that I do, the less likely it is to have a higher retention rate, and then the less likely that more and more people will see them. Are your real students actually putting in those Kahoot names? Unfortunately, no. They're all my ideas. I definitely do Kahoots with my actual students, but it's just easier for me to kind of control the creativity of it if it's coming from my own head. Can we do a Kahoot live? I will try to do that. But last year when I tried to do a Kahoot live, you can only have up to like 50 people in your Kahoot game unless you pay a ton of money, and then you can have up to 500. So I would like to do that, but that's why I ended up doing a Blooket because you can have a lot more people that way. But maybe I can do another one soon. Let's see here, Blooket or Gimkit. Yeah, Gimkit. That would be really fun to do a Gimkit too. What if you're making a video and you don't need a script? Every once in a while I will make shorts without a script. Sometimes I'll just have the idea in my head and then I'll act it out. But I've written hundreds of scripts over the years, and I talk to my students about this, that it's like really not only talking the talk, but walking the walk too. Like if you have an idea, write it out and do something with it. That's always really exciting to me. And matter of fact, I don't know if any of you saw this, but the short the other day where kids are stealing your nicknames in Kahoot, that whole one was actually written by someone else. And so that was really cool to get to use their script that they had wrote for me as part of the video. Let's see here. Have any students make you emotional before when you receive some gifts from them? Yeah, definitely. Actually, one of the greatest gifts that I get from my current students and old students is when they email me and they reach out to me and they tell me what my class meant to them. Most of the time, this doesn't have to do with my videos or shorts. But when they tell me what the class meant to them, that means a really great deal to me, and I get really excited about that because not a lot of kids will reach out to their old teachers that meant something to them and tell them. And so when kids do that to me, it means a lot to me. If I could teach high school, would I? You know what? High school, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I would want to teach middle school. Middle school is that I remember feeling really awkward in middle school. I was really not sure who I was or what my identity, any of that kind of stuff. But high school, I feel like kids are kind of coming into their own a little bit more. So yeah, I could see high school being fun. I could also see college being really fun too. But I do have to say I'm pretty biased when it comes to 4th and 5th grades. I love that age range, and I love my current students. It's a really good spot for me. The first Kahoot video that I made was when teachers read Kahoot names. That was the first one, and that one actually is my highest ranking video in terms of views. I think it has like 7 million views or something. What do you mostly play in your classroom, Kahoot or Blooket? I actually kind of prefer Blooket, which is funny, and I know that some people say make more Blooket videos, but the reason why I make more Kahoot videos is because they tend to have more virality potential or going viral. So people really like Blookets, but they just don't tend to get as much viewership, which ultimately as a content creator, that is your goal. And so it's not that I don't love Blooket. I actually kind of prefer it. And same thing with Gimkit. But if you look at my most popular videos, they're all Kahoot based. For whatever reason, it's like the Kahoot gods are the most, they're the strongest, you know, so that's why that's why I make those the most. Are you allowed to have your students in your videos? I am if I have permissions from the parents. So I have done videos with those kids in the past. What was the craziest name or video you have made? Actually, honestly, one of my favorite shorts that I've made is one that's called When the Guest Speaker is Insane. And I don't know if any of you remember this one, but it's where this guy, I think his name is, I think his name is Dr. Daxton. I'm sorry, it's just cracking me up just thinking about it. And Dr. Daxton comes in this white lab coat, and he has this white wig on, and you know the kids are all excited for a guest speaker to come in, and he starts singing the song that's like, you know, the head bone's connected to the whatever bone, but he just. You'll just have to go watch it. It's probably my favorite short that I've ever made. But again, there are certain shorts that I think are just so funny and so creative and my favorites. And then they don't end up getting viewed that much, which frustrates me. So I think that one got like maybe 5,000 views. But to me, that's the kind of one that I would love to go viral. But as I was saying before, most of the time it's my Kahoots. Let's see here. Why did I start making videos? I originally started making videos, my first video is an anti-bully rap. I started making videos just to inspire my class and to inspire other people. And so I really mainly did music videos for the longest time, but as I was saying a couple years ago, I tried the short out and got so many more views so much quicker. And at that point I realized, oh, like the shorts form is a really good one, and I should try to experiment with that more. Do I teach 4th and 5th grade? Yes, I do. I used to just teach 4th, but now I teach 4th and 5th. Do I play Roblox? I don't play Roblox. I am a gamer. I do like playing games. I grew up playing games like Super Mario 3 on the NES. And then, you know, I was kind of during the 2000s, early 2000s, that was the big GameCube era, and so I played a lot of GameCube games, Super Smash Bros, stuff like that, but I haven't played Roblox. Let's see here. Was there ever a time that a student put a mean name in Blooket? In my actual class? No, my students are pretty good about that. As a teacher, you guys know me as a content creator, but as a teacher, you know, I have really high expectations of my students, but I'm also really weird and goofy, and there's like a feeling of safety in class. But they know that I have high expectations, and there's a high level of respect for me, but also a high level of respect from me to them as well. And so when we do things like Blooket or Kahoot, they know to keep it civil, and they can be weird as much as they want. I've never ever been that kind of teacher that says, just put in your actual names, right? Like how sometimes I'll do that in my Kahoot videos. I'd never actually do that in class. They always get to put in whatever they want, as long as it's appropriate. Will you make more videos about your students wanting to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy? Maybe. I did the one short about it, which did really well. And I think I did a second one. Oh yeah, I made a second short where, yeah, the kids end up wanting to watch Bill Nye, and I can't remember exactly what happens. I just, it's one of those ones where I feel like I could make more, but I don't want to overdo it. Although that's funny coming from a guy who's made like hundreds of Kahoot videos. Anyway, let's see here. Do you like the number 2,763? Yes, Object Show fan. I love that number. I watch your videos when I feel stressed out a lot. Oh, you know what? I've heard that before, and I really appreciate you saying that. I think that that's one of the biggest reasons actually why I want to get more viewership and I want to, you know, gain in subscribers is I've had a lot of people tell me that my videos help them, or it makes them feel happier, or it puts a smile on their face, and I just want to be able to be one of those content creators where I'm putting more positive stuff out there, because there is so much kind of, in my opinion, junk out there on YouTube. So, you know, I appreciate you saying that, and that's why I want to keep making videos, just to put a smile on people's faces. Do you only say use your real names for hosting Kahoot? Do I only say use your real names? Not sure what you mean, like in an actual short or like in my class. I'll come back to you. Who is the most commenter in your videos? I think, you know what, honestly, Swifty, it's you and AZ Acting. You guys are kind of the commenting goats for sure. I think pretty much on every short for the last 6 months or so, you guys have commented on it on every short. So you guys are definitely the OG commenters. What day do you let your students play Kahoot in class? It just kind of depends. Like, I just finished reading a book called Okay for Now with my students. And if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. It's a great book. And so we are gonna do a Kahoot on Monday. I usually like to do that at the end of our novels so that I can kind of test them on their comprehension. As kind of a fun thing. So it just kind of depends on what I'm doing in class. I've seen all your videos and they're amazing. I appreciate that so much. Hi there, glad to be here. If you could make a gaming channel, would you? You know what, I actually thought about that. Over the summer, I thought, I could do some sort of gaming videos on this channel actually. And I thought that could be kind of cool. But what I found is, like, when I try to do other things outside of the, you know, kind of scripted comedy realm, it doesn't seem to usually do that well. It doesn't seem to kind of go anywhere. So I could try that, but kind of time and time again, I usually just come back to that kind of comedy scripted thing, because that seems to be what people are wanting and looking for the most. Have I forgot about a student's birthday before? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm sorry. I have to be honest there. Yes, I do forget. But what I do on my whiteboard is I'll write HB and then the abbreviated letters of the student's name with a bunch of exclamation points, and then we sing happy birthday to them, and kids will bring in treats and stuff like that. But yeah, it's hard for me to remember all my students' birthdays. I sometimes even forget my own birthday. What grade do I teach? I teach 4th and 5th grade. Do I know about Colt? If so, then do you know about the bishops from Colt? I do not know about the bishops from Colt, nor do I know Colt, but tell me more. Do I have a schedule on when to post videos? So many good questions. So I always try to post Monday through Friday, and sometimes I'll get ahead of the schedule and I'll record shorts, and then I upload them and then I schedule them out. So for example, I have one scheduled to be released today. And I'm gonna try to do Saturdays more, because a couple weeks ago I put one out on Saturday and that one got about 1 million views over the course of 1 week. So anyways, I have one scheduled for Saturday, and then one for Monday, and then actually one for Thursday next week on Thanksgiving, because especially for holidays, I'm not going to record shorts on holidays, so I like to have them done ahead of time. Do you think one of your students watches you? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I have my students telling me that all the time. And matter of fact, they ask me in class, can we watch your shorts today? It's like, no, we have to do academic things. But we will watch them sometimes. Was there a time you ended a Kahoot when someone put in an wow, that's really hard to say, in an inappropriate name? Oh no, I said that wrong, but it's fine. No, I've never had to do that. My kids are pretty good about that. Do I know BFDI? No, I don't, but I've heard that before. Colt is short for Cult of the Lamb. No, I definitely do not know Colt. And someone's saying, what the skibbity? What is it with this word skibbity? Why? Why must every child know this word and say this word? Anyways. What's gonna happen if I accidentally forget about your birthday? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. But I do like putting out shorts. That was another short that did really well. The birthday short, where students play Kahoot on your birthday. I don't know if you guys saw that one. That one got me probably about 22,000 subscribers, just that short alone. And matter of fact, most of my subscribers have come from like 3, 4, or 5 of my different shorts. So kind of cool. How close am I to 100K? I am like 8,000 something away. I'm getting really close. Have I watched Murder Drones? No, but it sounds terrifying. Skibbity Toilet, why would you say that? Cult of the Lamb is really good. Please try it. Okay, I will. I will remember that. It's kind of hard to forget Cult of the Lamb. It sounds kind of terrifying. What's the best name that I've ever seen? Of my own students? I don't. Probably, I don't. It's really hard. I've done so many Kahoots over the years. It's hard for me to remember that. But for some reason I really like the names. I always I like doing this with my own shorts. I really like the names where the kids start by writing me likey or me like. I don't know if it's just my childish sense of humor. But I actually just finished writing a script this morning when the sub reads Kahoot Names Part 3. Where they start by saying me likey. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that. But I just really enjoy that kind of childish humor sometimes. This is fun. It's fun to talk to you guys and answer these questions. Do your students give you ideas for videos? Yes, they do. Students do give me ideas for videos sometimes. And every once in a while, you know, I'll hear an idea that's kind of like, I don't know. But then sometimes kids will have ideas where I actually then write a script based on that. Like, oh, that would actually be a pretty good idea. Like one of my students recently said, what if you had a short where it was called When the Sub is Gen Alpha or something like that? And I was like, oh, yeah, I could do something with that maybe. What was I doing at 2001 September 11? I was in high school when the World Trade Center went down. And that was a really, really scary, kind of sad, dark time, actually. I remember, this is back in the day when all the teachers had, you know, the old school kind of TVs up in their corner of their classroom. And I remember walking into my English class and the teacher had it up there and all I saw was, you know, the building and the smoke and stuff. And yeah, it was kind of intense, kind of a scary thing. A lot of people who were alive then, they remember exactly where they were when they found out about that, and that's where I was. Was there a time I played a Kahoot game with the students? I have to think about that. Maybe. I feel like the answer is probably yes, but I can't quite remember. But that's actually a really good idea. I think, and I have a short that's called When the Teachers Play Against the Students, but that makes me think that would be really fun to actually do that in class where I was playing against all my students and whoever won, you know, gets some sort of prize or something or gets bragging rights. That would be kind of cool. Do you think that someone forgets about my birthday in December 23 next month? Will someone forget? Maybe. I know that plenty of people forget lots of people's birthdays, but I will do my best to remember. When's my birthday? It is March 29, which is why on the last 2 years I've put out that birthday short because it's actually on my birthday. And it's funny because for the longest time I was getting comments from people saying, happy birthday, but it had been my birthday like weeks, months before, and I was like, thank you so much, even though it's not my birthday anymore. McDonald's or Burger King? Gotta go Burger King. They have great chicken sandwiches. Do you know about is it Coraline or Coraline? Or Monster House? I don't know Monster House, but I do know about Coraline Lynn. A lot of my students have watched that movie. I haven't watched it myself, but I really want to. Fun fact, I'm actually a really big horror fan. I really like reading horror books and I like watching horror TV shows and movies. Not that I'm encouraging all of you to do that. I'm just saying for me, that's kind of my vibes. So I really do want to watch that at some point. Okay, so some of you guys are hungry. We're just on McDonald's questions now. Which one is better, McDonald's or KFC or Burger King? McDonald's just makes me feel terrible. So again, Burger King. And KFC is pretty good, but got to give it to the king. Do you let your students eat gum in class? I don't. First of all, eating gum sounds like they're like swallowing it, but I don't let them chew gum in class, except for when we do the mandatory state testing every year. I do let them chew gum then. It's just kind of, first of all, it's a school rule, and I follow all the school rules at my school. But it sometimes for some kids it's kind of a distraction, but I don't have a huge problem with it. What horror characters do you know? Characters? I don't really know specific characters, more just like certain, books and shows like The Walking Dead. Huge fan of that show. At least the first few seasons were really, really good. It dropped off a little bit in the middle. Do I know about Where the Wild Things Are? Yes, the book. Yes, I love that book. What's bad about McDonald's? Nothing's bad about it. It's just when I eat there, my stomach usually gets really upset no matter what I eat. Which country am I from? I am from the United States. I just answered that. How do you name your characters in your videos? I just have a lot of ideas in my head all the time. And so for me, it just kind of, honestly, a lot of my ideas, I don't even know where they come from. They just kind of come out and then there it goes. Matter of fact, if you saw the video from a couple weeks ago, this was the last one that kind of went viral, where, the teacher's waiting for the Kahoot names and then no one's putting them in and he's kind of freaking out going, what the heck? Like, what's going on here? And then he looks up and there's no one in the classroom because it's Saturday. I literally woke up at 2 a.m. in the morning to get a drink of water, and that idea was just in my head. So part of the creation process for me is just being open to your subconscious mind and just allowing whatever to come in, and then you sit down and you start writing before you forget it. Are you a Halloween or Christmas guy? I love Halloween, definitely a Christmas guy for sure. How long does school last? At my school, it lasts about 6.5 hours. Can I say your name, please? I hope that I'm not mispronouncing it, but is it Faiza Manaf? Hopefully I'm getting that right. Are we gonna play Blooket? Not gonna do a Blooket today. This is just a Q&A live stream, but since this is going really well and it's super fun, yes, I can try to do a live Blooket or a live Kahoot again at some point soon. I wish I could be in your class. That's super sweet. I appreciate that. Do I have Instagram? No, I've tried to put my videos on like TikTok and Instagram, other places. And for whatever reason, like YouTube is the platform where my kind of content works really well. So that's kind of where I like to stick. And honestly, I'm a teacher. I'm busy. I don't have time to go cross platforms and kind of put stuff on a bunch of different places. So I mostly just stick to YouTube. Favorite Kahoot name I've ever seen? Again, I think someone asked that before. I've seen so many, I can't think of one right off the bat. Jeffrey Classic, there you go. Read you out there. What is my real name? My real name is Andy Bishop. I don't usually comment on your videos because I have school and my schedule's messed up to comment on your videos. That's totally fine, no worries. You don't have to comment, as long as you're watching and enjoying, that's what I care about, right? I mean, if you comment, that's great, but I just want to make your day and your life a little better for that 20 seconds, 30 seconds or whatever that I put my stuff out there. Sonic or Mario? Ooh! So I'm very biased on this because, as I was saying before, I grew up on Mario. So Mario definitely, but I have a very soft spot for Sonic as well. I love Sonic. I do like the gameplay mechanics of Mario games better though. I actually recently was playing Sonic and Tails, or 2 or whatever that is. And I enjoyed it, but I enjoy the Mario game mechanics a little bit more. How did you get that canoe in your classroom? Oh, yeah, it's actually a kayak. It's called an Oru kayak. It's an origami kayak that it's basically folds into itself and then it unfolds. So when I walk it in, it's like a suitcase. But then when I got to class, I had to unfold it. I had to get it all set up and everything. It took me a little bit of time. And honestly, it's crazy how much time and effort goes into producing like a 20 to 30 second short. Like you guys watch it and it's done really quick, but some of those shorts will take like 2 to 3 to 4 hours to make. So hopefully it's worth it for you guys. Am I a real teacher? Yes, I am. Woody or Buzz Lightyear? I mean, both. I mean, they're just both so classics. Hey guys, for a prank, poke a hole in the Bubble Recovery Center, put pins in there, then kill Bubble, then she will pop infinitely. This program is brought to you by Blocky Funny Doings International. I think you just broke my brain because I have no idea what you were saying, but thank you for that comment. When did I start making videos on YouTube? I started making videos back in 2013. My first video was anti-bully rap, where I just basically came up with a beat, made a rap about why bullying sucks, basically, and then put it out there. And I didn't make videos with my class that first year because I didn't think of it until the second year, like, oh, I could be doing this with my actual students. And then from there, you know, I just kind of did it with them every year. And I have, you know, I know a lot of you guys are probably here because of my shorts, but I have a lot of videos too. My big passion of mine is music. I play the piano, I play the guitar, harmonica, ukulele, handpan, all sorts of instruments. And so music videos has always been like a really big passion for me. Do you mind saying my name? It's fine if I mess up. Rosa the Braces Girl 2009. I don't think I messed that up. Did you know shorts can be 3 minutes now? I do know that, and I was curious about maybe trying one like that, but I get nervous about the retention rate thing, because honestly, it's as the years have gone on and the months go by, it's harder and harder to retain people's attention. That's why those Kahoot secret videos do really well, because they perform kind of like a story, and there's a lot of anticipation, like, ooh, what's gonna happen at the end? And so those tend to do really well for retention, but if I have them be any longer than like 30, 40 seconds, it starts getting really hard to retain people's attention. So I'm just a little nervous to try that out, but I might at some point this year. What's 9 plus 10? I feel like this is a trick question, but I'm gonna say 19. Oh my gosh, this is the most that I've talked in weeks. Well, you guys, I'm gonna maybe stick around for a couple more minutes, and then I gotta vamoose off to this conference that I'm at. So if any of you have any more questions, please ask them now. But I just want to say thank you all for not only coming to the live stream, but also for just supporting my channel. It means a lot to me. You know, I firmly think that by my birthday, by March 29, I think that I'll be at 100K. If I'm not though, I'm not gonna be upset about it. I'm just gonna keep grinding, keep pushing stuff out there, but that's my prediction, so hopefully we get there. My favorite TV show is actually a show called Alone, and it's on the History Channel, and it's about these 10 survivalists that end up getting chosen for each season. They're dropped off at remote locations. They have a bunch of camera gear with them, and they basically record their journey while they're trying to survive, right? They're building shelter. They're trying to acquire food like fish or getting moose or, you know, bunnies, things like that. And then it's also the social isolation aspect of trying to survive because there's no one else around them. No one around them. And so the last person to win gets anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million. And actually last year I reached out to the season 10 winner of Alone, Alan Tenta, to ask if he would agree to be interviewed by my class, and he said yes. And so we interviewed him. That video's actually on my channel if you want to watch that. And that was a really, really cool experience. So Alone, definitely my favorite show. I have a black cat named Levi who passed away last year, and I was sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really hard when we lose our pets. And my favorite subject, I definitely have to say, is probably reading, and particularly doing novel studies with my kids, but I also really love doing art as well. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for coming to the live stream. I might pop on and do this again at some point, see if maybe there's another time that works better for folks. But thank you all so much for coming to the channel, for supporting me, and yeah, I just appreciate you so much. Thank you all for coming, and I'll make sure to comment again soon if I'm going to do another live stream. All right, bye guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.